I'm Judy Fuhrer, and this is teaching Kabbalah Yoga. It's Wednesday evening, so this is Temple Beth El of Northern Westchester. Welcome. We have a new moon. Today is the new month of Tammuz. And we're going to talk a little bit about Tammuz. And we also have a very interesting Torah parsha called Korach, which just goes right in with our elections and voting and choosing your leaders. So let's start with yoga. Let's go stand up. And we'll start standing. I always like doing that to get our bodies going. And just right away, just reach your arms in front of you and lift up. And just feel your feet grounding, your arms stretching. And a lot of what we do at this month of Tammuz is it's a transition month. Every once in a while, we have these months that start you one way and you hope by the end of it, you've become better, improved, and learned more about yourself. So gently open up your arms, and hopefully we do this enlightened learning through studying a little Torah, a little bit of connecting to each other, and really learning about what's going on in our bodies, our hearts, and our mind. So lift up those shoulders to start rolling through the upper chest. Take them forward a little bit. And the symbol of this month is a mazal. It's the same zodiac like the crab, like Cancer. Great, go ahead again and lift your hands up and reach those tentacles on your fingers, reach them up. And what the crab does is they crawl sideways. And what we want to do is unravel all those sideways feelings we have, unravel it, straighten out so that we are able to walk forward. So waving your hands a little bit to see how it feels to walk, and then spread your arms and come down. So we're still in the book of Bamidbar, in the wilderness, or Numbers. Interlace your fingers this time, taking those tentacles and interwinding them and twining them, and just gently do a little circle here to open up your shoulders again. Reach away from yourself. When you reach away from yourself, you're starting that lengthening, that broadening of reaching away and up. You want to also not just think about the upper body, but you want to find those hidden areas that we forget to connect to. So you guys stay lifted up. See if your thumbs can even touch. So I'm lowering my hands to show thumbs touching, pinkies touching. Feel your inner heels going down. See if you can think about your waist. Are we arching here? Can we lengthen the spine? Great. And release your arms. Take them right up nice and wide. And bring your hands back to the top of your hips. And gently just press your upper hips to release down. So you're lengthening the buttocks flesh, bringing it down towards your legs so that it can work together with your lower body when you move. And roll and take your shoulders back. Great. One more time. Take your hands to the back here so the thumbs can be kind of on the side, your hands on your back. And let's think about opening the collarbones, rolling the shoulders, yet pressing the fingers inward and downward. So that helps you to get your sit bones to come gently inside. Take a breath. Always remember, this is the most important, vital thing we've got is our breath. So breathe in and gently breathing out. And shake out your hands. So that should feel pretty good. If you've got a chair and a strap, you can use a chair and a strap, or we can keep standing. Here's how I would suggest we use our chair. We can take a moment and go ahead and sit down. So right now, just sitting down. I'm just gonna say I don't see any of you right now, but I hope you hear me. If you don't hear me, write in the chat so I know. Okay, great. So I'm just saying by sitting in the chair, we have a way, oh good, somebody let me know. Thank you. Great, you have your sit bones on the chair and you feel your feet on the ground in front of you. That's a great way to find a gravity point, a grounding, a foundation for feet and for hips. So I hope all of you are able to do that. Then take this strap right up above you. And you are pushing your hands up towards the ceiling, your sit bones down to the chair, your feet to the ground. Beautiful. Let go of the left arm and bring your right elbow in. So you're taking it from turning out and turning it in. Then you're going to lift your elbow cap upwards. So that stretches through your breast, your sides of your armpit, your whole upper arm, and stretch and lift. So that gives you a much deeper feeling. What's important to remember here is what's going on in maybe a hidden area or a dark side that you're not thinking about. So hollow out the left front of your hip. Pull it back a little bit. That gives you a lot more lower strength and less hurt. No sacroiliac pains, and stretch. Great. Take that left arm now and walk it to the back of your body to find the strap. Walk your hands up the strap and gently pull your elbows apart. Your left hand is on your spine and bring your spine to your hand or your fist. Beautiful feeling of really widening and breaking through our shell or an area that we can't feel. And breathe into the left lung and breathe out and let it go. Take your hands right here a moment and just roll your shoulders, turn your head. So the sense of this month that we use our senses is to use our eyes, to really have vision, to see what's truly in front of us. So everyone, before we do the other side, just take a look at your surroundings. Notice where you are. If there's anything in your room that you might not have noticed a moment ago. And then bring yourself back. And that would be a moment of meditation. Just taking a moment to breathe and think and look. And notice your eyes soften. The eyes are your nervous system, so it softens the nervous system. Go ahead and put this strap into your left hand and lift up, straight up. You can use your right hand to help you stretch through that arm. Lift it up. Take breath. And then gently bend that left elbow. Bring it closer to your head. See if you can pull your waist back a little bit. Again, be aware of your feet on the ground, your sit bones on the chair, and stretch through and lift up. Smile if you can, because this feels really great. And then take this right arm around, find the strap behind you, walk the left hand and the right hand towards the center of your back. You might feel some of the hardness on the upper back. Take breath and release and soften the spine, soften the shell. Open your elbows, find a new spot to stretch. Hollow out the lower pelvis so you can rock back and sit on your sit bones a little bit. Great. And then take this arm and bring it around. Great. I'm going to drop the strap, and if I'm going to stand up a moment and just have the hands right back behind where the shoulder blades, the bra line, the back of the ribs are, and allow your rib cage to slide backwards. Then lift up your sternum and allow your tailbone to just relax. Beautiful. Shake it out. We're going to come down to our mats on the ground. I'll move my chair for right now. I've got a blanket. If you've got a towel or a blanket, those are great to go ahead and fold up. We're just going to take a moment and sit. Easy does it. And that's a transition right there to go from sitting in a chair or standing and down to the ground. Here you definitely want to see what you can find and move out. So take some of the gluteal, the thighs, the hamstrings, all of the muscles, kind of soften them up, pull them up sideways so they're a little wider to sit on towards the bone area, and then go to the other side. So use your hands to gently pull to the other side. Great. And just gently find your kneecaps, kind of relax your elbows, roll your shoulders a little bit, gentle, beautiful. And now take your hands, put your right hand on your lower belly, right, find where your pubis bone is, and take your left hand and bring it up towards where your sternum or your heart is. Okay, and just gently, you want to soften where your head is on the top of your cervical vertebrae. Roll your shoulders. Again, each time we move, that's a transition, that's a change. And that's what this month is all about, just noticing where we are and where we want to go. We want to feel more at peace. We want to feel more freedom, a little more love and care. And here you can even close your eyes and allow your third eye, which is our intuition, to help you here while you breathe. Breathe in gently, breathe in your nose and feel your belly fill, feel your chest broaden. And then if you can, you breathe out either your nose or your mouth. You soften, drop your chin slightly. And do again another breath in and be aware of what's going on. When you breathe in, you definitely want to fill up like a balloon fills up. When you breathe out, you want to allow it to soften and release. Great. So just go ahead right now, just open your legs out a moment and rub the top of your thighs. See if you can go all the way down through your knees, towards your feet, the back of your legs, to the hamstrings. You just want to rub the back of the legs right here. And the other one down towards the calves. Great. And now just change your legs. Put your other leg in front. Great. And just sit for a moment and just notice how you've changed again. You know that old, the lake is never the same whenever you come to it. That's how we are. We want to fill up our well. And this is a great time of year. It's very hot, heated, to make sure you are filling up your well with good, pure water, taking enough sleep, enough rest, all the things that work to keep us healthy and well. Great. And just start here by dropping your head to the right, drop your chin down, just a little half circle over to the left. And notice how your abdominal muscles, your legs can widen through the movement, going over to the right. The letter of this month of Tammuz is the letter Dalet. It makes a D like David sound in Hebrew. And it means delit or doorway in English. And this is the month of trying to open up a new doorway of feeling, opening our heart. And it really means going from something that's not quite right to something that is better. The month of Tammuz, oh, that feels so good. So just roll and lift your shoulders. Go ahead and open your legs again. Transitions are so important. The month of Tammuz is the only Hebrew month name that actually comes from a pagan name, Babylonian, and it was the god of fertility, the god connected to Ishtar and the sun. the golden sun, because it's the time of year when the sun is so much stronger and longer. Take your head over to the right, bring your right hand here, but take your left hand and just gently press your left thigh, soften both your feet so your hips open more gently. And allow the elbow to kind of drip like water, reaching your other arm away, and then gently come over this way and reach your arm up. So the reason for, and just drop your right arm down, and here you are on the left, why they kept this pagan name Tammuz is to remind us that it's so easy to, in the heat of passion, to go towards an idol like the golden calf, or to go towards, one more martini or margarita, or a little bit more junk food or whatever to get out of what is your comfort zone. You can come over. We're just going to go side to side here. And what we're trying to do is keep the opposite sit bone down. So if we're here on the right, your left sit bone is stretching away from you. And circle over. We're worshiping the sun still, which is very interesting. And the sun represents light, and the light is always good. And goodness and light always means we're awakening. And that would be to know Adonai, or to get out of yourself, or to get, connected. So you can either make this religious, spiritual, whatever way, but it's such a great way to think about it. More longer days, more time for light, more time for discovering goodness and staying away from the idol worship or the things that are not so good for us. Great, just gently go ahead and bend the left leg. When we bend the left leg and just feel the crease right here, that's a way to find what's hidden here, how our torso is long. Great. Now stretch out that left leg and press down on the right. So now you feel kind of what you feel in a trikonasana or a triangle pose. The right thigh is really awakened, and maybe the hamstring and the foot. So if you just transition by shifting your rib cage over the right foot now, you're going to feel more of the thigh on the left. You can put your left hand in front of you, and you can kind of stretch that left leg away while you're bringing your vision towards the right. So this is cool and interesting to figure out that you can sit in a straddle and have that same feeling for all the yoga poses we want to be able to do. One more time, just go this way, and you can bend the knees always to help wake up these kind of tentacles of our body. And shifting, transitions, awesome, great breath. Bring both your feet together to the Baddha Konasana, or the butterfly pose, and just gently holding at your shins. And like a fertility pose that we have for the month of Tammuz, we want to waken up our lower body and do these wonderful circles. They feel great. They release tension in the waist and the ribs, and then maybe go the other way. And you can feel, you can shift from gluteal to sit bone, ischium, like Ishtar, the god of fertility. The ischium are your sit bone points. Whew. Great. We're going to transition again, this time coming to tabletop. So we're going to move the strap. We'll use it a little later for our legs. I'm putting a blanket, and I'm going to say turn your palms opposite than we normally would, so you get a great stretch for the back of the arm, the underarm. And that's another way to bring the darkness into the light. How stiff are we? How tight? And I know I've been scrolling and texting and just being full of nonsense on my phone. So this feels very, very good to stretch out. It's a little annoying because it's not what I normally do. And that's okay. And turn your palms around. And just take your hips side to side. So that also takes us, we've got this whole new moon thing going, the summertime, the heat, the sunshine. We know that we have to look with our eyes and really know our environment. So move your hips, move around. And that means also notice your neighbors, your friends. What's really going on? Is everyone truly fine? Could something from you, like a call or a, I don't know, whatever, a little Zoom cocktail party help or whatever we all want to do to make everyone really be seen. So gently again, turn, good. And hands go back. And let's start by just lifting up your left arm and making a nice long wide. It's a twist in your body. You're going to take your left hand and slide it under your right for, thread the needle. And then you want to bring your hips back to the left so you don't get pain in the lower back. Then it feels good and it gets you out of the sacral iliac discomfort. Gently roll it back up, unpeel your arm for a nice deeper stretch. Let your jaw go. You can look to your fingers so you can see what's going on. Bring it on back down, right under your shoulder. Lift up your right arm. See if you can rotate the left arm for better support. Take that hand and slide it through, coming under. And now putting your shoulder down if you can. If that's really not available, there's always, you can put a pillow or a block. It's really to open up your shoulder, connect the side body and the diagonal body to wake them up. Great. And then gently come back down and lift that right arm up and away. Good. So just right now, we're just going to take your right leg and stretch it right behind you. Push down on the ground. You can rotate your arms a little bit. See if you can get into that right ankle, the right Achilles tendon, and then bring that one back. Sit back a moment on your feet and just roll your shoulders. Maybe a little twist to one side or the other side. And come back to tabletop. Take your left arm back. All these transitions just make us feel better. And just notice if you can see yourself or you know your habit. Lift your abdominals. See if your hips can turn so that they're both facing down towards the ground. And then from your sternum, your heart, look forward and rotate your upper arms away. Great. Then stretch, push back, really move into the back of that calf, the Achilles tendon. Woo! And come on back. Let's come down to our forearms a moment and just have your hips here. So you're kind of in what is like a puppy. Your hands are down, your hips are up over your knees. And then you're going to stretch your hands in front of you and look forward. Take breath. Great. Now walk your hands over to your left and put your right hand on your right hand and reach your hips going backwards on a right diagonal and then drop your chin and your head. Great way to wake up inside the rib cage and stretch the hips back. You can move your toes. And then walk your hands all the way around to the other side. Notice how you're making a little shape here, a crescent. Put your left hand on your right and reach your left hip away from you. Stretch through your rib cage. Pull back on your hips. You can crawl your fingers more forward. There you go. And come back to center. Let's widen our knees a moment and just go back into the pose of a child. Nice wide pose of a child. You can turn your head over to look left. Open your eyes a moment. See if you can Move your shins. Bring your forehead center. Turn your eyes to look to the right. And rock forward, coming right here to tabletop. Great. So now we're going to do something for our legs. And I'm going to stand up before to show you it, so you can see that we want to take what we do on the ground into life. So I'm going to suggest that you just stretch your left leg back and you only bend at the hip to come in. You're not rounding or dropping. So I'll show it to you on the ground. 2 hands nice and square, 2 hips nice and square. Take your left leg straight back, fix your hips, and just bring the knee right into your chest. So you have to lift up the rib cage a little higher to get in. And then go straight back and breathe. And breathe out. Bring the knee towards your left side of your chest. And reach it away. See if you can roll your shoulders. And again, bring it in. And reach it away. 4th one. Just look up, breathe in, and bring the knee in. And just put it down. You can go side to side again. Take a moment, get ready for the other side, transitioning. Make sure your hands are under your shoulders, not far away. The hips are over the knees and facing forward. Looking forward, take your right leg straight back, but keep the hips even. Breathe in and bring the right knee up towards the right upper chest. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. I don't know if there was 3 or 4, so 1 more. Out and in. Great. And just go back and forth, side to side. That should feel pretty good. Right from here, we're going to go into a downward facing dog. So take your hands and roll them away a little bit. Roll out your biceps so they turn away from you. 10 toes tucked under. Lift your knees. Come to the balls of your feet. Lift up your hips, your pelvis, right upwards towards the sun. Lift up. And here you want to think about widening the back area of your hamstrings, lengthening the inner legs to the inner ankle bones, to the inner heel, lifting the belly up and gently keeping your ears by your upper arms. Great. And now just kind of walk your hands a little forward to come to a plank and feel that you can reach your heels. So walk your feet back so you can reach your heels away. Then gently bend the knees again. Make these feel very connected, that your spinal column from your tailbone is reaching up and elongating. One more time, coming forward. Easy does it. Coming gentle. Hold it here. This is a nice way to build a lot of strength throughout the whole body. See if you're only in the right hand, fix the left hand, the right, bend both knees, push away, coming up. That would be your 3rd one. So gently lift the belly up. Think about the thighs, the top of the quads pressing back, the hamstrings opening, the shoulders are wide, and the biceps are rolling away from you. And last one, coming forward. Breathe, turn your head, you made it, smile. Bend the knees, come on back, lift up those sit bones. Great, I'm gonna fold my blanket and just move it to the side for a moment and start walking forward. Try not to walk sideways. You're noticing what it takes to keep my legs parallel. Bend my knees, rest the elbows on the top of your thighs, and just feeling right here, the crease as you go back. Let your head go side to side a little bit. You're in a chair pose. And now we're just going to hang forward. So if you've got blocks, this is a good time to use them to hang forward. You can stay here like this. If you don't have blocks, you can just put your hands on your legs. If you can reach the floor, great. If you want to, you can hold your elbows. All is good. If you had a chair here, you can put your hands on a chair. Great. And right from here, swing your arms forward. We did all that stretching before for the sides of the arms. Just feel how nice and long they are. Great. Now soften your tailbone and press your feet down and lift your heart and your chest upwards. And release. Great. So already we should be feeling quite a transition going on. I'm going to come forward to show you a couple Hebrew letters and to tell you we are going to work a little bit on moving like that. The first one is the Dalet, that is the doorway, where we want to move to a transition to a better place. The other is use your eyes to really see, even the intuition eye, the lower back eye back here to really release your lower back so you don't feel a tightness, a closed eye here or a closed eye here. That you see others, especially if anyone's suffering or even if they're feeling a simcha and they need someone to rejoice with, all kinds of good reasons. Our yoga flow today is going to be for the word of this month, and that is emet. Emet is truth. It is with an aleph, a mem, and a tav. These are the Hebrew letters. I don't know if they show up backwards or normal to you guys, but if you transpose in your mind, I'm sure you could figure them out. You get the shape of it. We're not actually making the shape. We're just going to move a little bit with the influence of it. The Torah parsha this week is called Korach. And the whole meaning of who Korach is in the first two words. The Hebrew two words are V'yikach Korach. And Korach takes. He took. He never gave. He wanted to be like the next demagogue. He wanted to take over from Moses and Aaron because he loved the idea of being the king, being the leader, but he had no principles, no reason for it. So it did not work out for his leadership. However, it defines what democracy is, that we need to question our leaders. And descendants of Korach actually have great places in politics throughout the Torah. So it's interesting to look at it that way. You need to definitely have a leader that is willing to serve and to give. That's what we want to be for ourselves. So let's go ahead, first of all, and lay down and stretch out before we move with our Hebrew letters of Emet. We're going to find our truth in our body one more time. So just laying on your back with your knees bent should feel really good at this point. Just dropping the top of the hip right here. These are called the ilium, the points. And you just want to kind of lift them up so that moves your tailbone up a little bit. And then release your tailbone away from you. It's a great way to massage the lower back and to feel the connection coming up through your body. Okay, nice up and down, gentle rocking. When I can't sleep at night, if I've got all kinds of stirring, sometimes I'll just rock a gentle, drop my tailbone down, release it, and put my shoulder blades down. Take breath, and everything seems to work out better. Bring your right knee into you and just gently, again, playful, just gently moving the right knee around. Great, and put it down. Bring the left knee in and just move it around. You can let your neck and shoulder roll around and move and put it down. So now bring up the right, bring up the left. We've got both our knees up. Let's put our feet together and our knees together and see if right here you can balance on your sacrum. That's that triangle that's above your tailbone and kind of right in the center, right here at the lumbar spine. You want to see if you can balance and what's going on the right side, what's going on the left. And just gently interlace your hands and pull your knees closer to your chest. And you'll start to feel the back of your neck lengthen. When we make room in the lower and the middle body, the upper body can feel so good, and vice versa for all of that. Great. Just take your hands now and hook your right thumb over your left and pull your body apart. Get your arms to go over your head on the ground. And now just reach your legs together like one big leg to 90 degrees up. Then take breath. Really want to breathe. You can switch your thumbs while you're laying down so you get more of a pull on the right side or the left side. Keep your legs. You don't have to go more than 90. You can go less if you need to. You can bend them if you have to. This is just to start feeling the flow of the water in our body coming to our vital organs. It's an inversion. Very nice for us one at that. Great. Release your arms, keep your legs up. And we're just going to do 7 little lifts. You breathe in, and then as you roll your hip up, breathe out. These are great for the lower abdominal area. So, you can just rock and do them. I'm breathing because I'm talking to you. You're lifting up and away. You're going to feel this, hopefully, on the right and the left side. I think we have 3 more. Up, up, and up. And just relax. That's a great way. We're all women here tonight, so it's really a great way to just get in touch with that lower abdominal area, to be able to control it and to pull it in. We all need that at certain times. And just relax the back of your shoulders. Wait, here's my strap. I'm going to say, put the strap at the top of the heel on your right foot, put your left foot on the ground. So the left knee is going up to the ceiling. The left inner thigh kind of softens, so the outer left thigh is also working. And take your arms wide. Now push your foot up towards the strap, towards the ceiling, so you really can open up the hamstring. The hamstrings and the quads together are considered our second pair of lungs. If you want to breathe well and feel good, you got to open those hamstrings. So just feel that. You can pull your leg a little closer to you and press the left foot down a little more. Keep your arms wide so the shoulders and lungs, the true lungs, are breathing. Great. Go ahead and elongate the left leg and take it over to the left side. So you're kind of sliding it over, and then you're going to bring the right leg over to the right side without rolling off your sacrum. That's the work. That's the hidden finding, the sod of it, finding it, your inner truth. Great. And this would be a triangle pose in yoga standing. Great. From here, go ahead and slide the right leg right under you. Bring your leg to center. See if you can pull it a little bit closer to you. Take the strap into the left arm and begin to rotate the bottom leg so it rolls to the pinky side. And take that right leg across to the left. You can roll your vision to look to the right where you came from. You can stretch your lower leg, and you can take your right hand and pull back on your right thigh. So this would be a reversed triangle pose. Pushing against in your feet and then come back. Pull it in and just take it gently away from you to the side, Take a breath in, pull it across from you. You can bend the knee so you really get into the back of the gluteal without hurting your sacroiliac. Come through, and then let this float nice and long. Reach your heel away from you. Find the back of your sacrum. So you might have to bend that left knee to keep balanced. Drop your shoulder blades, widen your collarbones, and lower that right leg. Then extend the left leg. Go ahead again and interlace your fingers and stretch away. We want to feel the light come through us. The skin in Hebrew, one of the words for skin is or. Or is a wonderful word in Hebrew for light. They always said when Moses was born, the or was tov. Very good, meaning deep goodness, good leadership, good qualities, all kinds of stuff about Moses like that are great for us to learn from. And gently pull in the left leg. You can bend the right knee to get started. Find that sacred little spot on the back of your body, your sacrum. That's your little sacred makom, your space where you know you can balance your pelvis. Use your right foot, drop your chin, and take your strap over the heel and reach it up. So you're pushing into the strap with resistance. You're pulling your waist back in, and you're dropping your shoulder blades down. So it's a great way to feel a wonderful stretch. Elongate your right leg, press the heel down. Then swing your right leg over to the right as you take the straps and bring your left leg to the left. And find the middle of your body. Drop your shoulder blades. Feel that stretch from the top of the right thigh. Great, bring your legs back to center, pull it in, breathe. Finding how to get the dark spots, the deep spaces here, and bring them into the light. Great. Take your leg around here. Think about it. Yoga is not stretch class. Yoga is finding your leadership. Where is your mind telling you to go? Don't let your soul push too far that it hurts. I have a wall, a door right here, and it's a great way to push into it so I can gently pull back on my thigh and not hurt my sacrum. And I'm getting wiser about that. I used to go for all this crazy like, woo, but now I realize it's better if I pull in my abdominals and just feel the outside of the IT band stretch. Good. Come back to center, pull it closer, go to the side again. And again, here, it's not about ego, how wide can you go? It's more about intelligence to stay strong and safe and build the resistance to the release, all of it working in balance together. Gently bring it in, and last one. So here you can even bend the knee to get into the left gluteal instead of the sacroiliac. We don't want to keep going to the same areas that cause us pain. We want to open our eyes and be wise. Stretch. Woo! Release. Great. Curl up to the side here. We're going to come up and do a few little leg lunges to get ready to do our big flow with the Emet truth. So right from here, should feel really good to go into a downward dog right now after all those leg stretches. Just gently trim your palms out, roll your biceps away, lift your knees, lift your hips up, downward dog, stretch through the back of those hamstrings, bring the front of the thighs backwards a little bit. Go ahead and lift up your right leg and look forward. So you're going to bring your right knee towards your chest, towards your sternum, and then you're going to take the right leg forward. Find your blocks if you got them. If you don't want to use blocks, it's all right to come to the ground and gently lower the left knee down, releasing, taking care. So you stretch out the top of that left thigh. Bring it up to a gentle, right here, Now lift your sit bones up a little bit and forward so you're not overstretching. Bring your arms up, you can hook your thumbs, you can pull them apart. Great. Now you're going to bring your hands down inside and walk that right leg over. That's called a lizard lunge. It's got a nice funny name to relate to the animals in the desert, in the heat. Lift your back leg if you can. Kind of slide it. You can drop it. You can come down onto your left hand and use your right arm to open up the inner thigh of the right leg. Great. You can bring that back, and just like we did thread the needle before, you're going to press down with your left hand, lift this up and twist. So here, rather than just twisting from here, you take your whole leg backwards and you twist from the rib cage. Then it doesn't hurt. It should feel yummy, delicious, good, wonderful. Great. Come on down and just bring that leg backwards. Tread for a moment. See about where you'd want to go to. Look around where you came from back to your feet. Nice way to relax your chin, head. And now just go ahead and lift up straight behind you, that left leg. Push the ground away. Lift your belly in. Fold only at the knee to bring this into your chest. Then you can scooch it. You can move forward and come to your lunge. Gently drop back onto your right knee. Release the back of your right foot. And you can use your blocks here to go ahead and open up that right thigh, inner thigh, outer thigh. You can tuck your right toes under and come up right here. Walk that left leg to the edge. Put your left hand here. You can drop the right knee down. This is your lizard lunge on the other side. You can relax your foot. You're just trying to figure out how to move and twist. Great. Come back to center. Walk your foot in a little closer and lift up your left heart, your arm, your compassion. You look around, see your room, and gently come on back to your downward dog, and let's walk forward. So we stretched out, I think, everything we need in order to go into a beautiful flow. Let's just hang over a moment, hold your elbows, let your back really release, and everyone say, ah. Whew. Swing your arms gently forward, look forward, elongate your spine, and gently come on straight up. Just in case, rub that lower back. Find where that sacrum is. Pull one side to the other side and release, almost like a shooting star. You want all the energy to release. If you've got a chair, this is a good time to lift up and go ahead and pull back on your body to stretch. So these are great kitchen yoga, bathroom counter yoga, sofa yoga, push away. Use it, bend your knees, stretch your back, press your hands down, walk your feet in, and gently come up. So I'm going to just show you the letters again for Emmett, and it comes together such a nice way. I know they're a little backwards, but you'll see what I mean. Aleph, Mem, Taf. Aleph has no sound. So let's go ahead right here. I'm going to put a block on either end and a chair here just in case. And stand nice and wide. And just find your mountain pose, nice wide mountain. And breath. Great. We're going to start here by going to our left. So you're going to turn in your right foot. And already you can feel the stretch of the right thigh releasing. That is so healthy for us, so good for us to just start lengthening in the front of the body. Now turn out the entire left leg. Great. And we're going to go right into what I would call is an aleph. So if you can see, it's like a diagonal line down with a little bend, the arms back in an aleph. Take a breath. Turn your vision to look over your left hand, but reach that right hand nice and strong, bend nice and wide, but this leg is pushing back and going down. In the Aleph, the action of it is to breathe in and breathe out. So we're going to breathe in and come up, and then the action is to breathe out. So one more time for Aleph. Out, breathe in, and it's a silent, it's a breath out. Great. From here, we're going to go to the Mem. So this is the month of Tammuz, where the worship of the sun never left us. We all love the sun, we love light. It's a wonderful time. And come to your goddess pose. So both your hips are gently turned out, the ankles and the feet, the knees are going over the second and third toe. Great, that should feel really good. Bring your hands to your thighs and just press your thighs down. Soften your feet in case they start gripping. We don't want to create a nuisance there, right? And now gently tuck a shoulder in and look over to your left. Roll that left shoulder back and go over to the right. And you want to do that a couple times. That's a real That's a breath in. Finding that feeling all through the lower body. Great. And gently come up. Lift your elbows up. Come out to a big C star and come on down. So one more time, elbows. Just like we stretched them in the beginning, they should start feeling pretty good and natural this way. So just to show you what we've got going, do it with me if you can. We did Aleph, Mem, shift, 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 and then coming to Tav. So Tav is the last letter. It's kind of like a tail. We've been doing so many things for Tav all evening, bringing in and stretching away. All of those were ways to make the shape of Tav. So you can go right here, feel the strength that you have, the point to put it to an end, come down on the ground. Even tabletop forms the exact shape of Tav. It's the last letter in the alphabet, the Emet. Tuck your toes under, lift up, walk your feet forward. Gently hang over, roll it up, and we'll go on the other side. Lift your arms away. Great. Standing nice and wide, gently roll in your left foot and start pressing the top of the thigh right down to the pinky side of this foot to help you completely roll out onto your right. Great, so that's the olive shape. You're going to breathe in and come and curl, so breathing out. The essence of olive is a breath. One more time. Olive, nice and wide, warrior two. Lift up to a standing tall mountain. Curve into a deep breath out like the cat. And then coming to Mem on this side. Open to your sun goddess worship. Bend those elbows. Release your chest upwards. Bring your hands over, and you just want to come over side to side. So you can start to lengthen your legs here. Back and forth. And then we can, again, you can use a wall to come to Tav, Tav, or the Dalet even, it feels like it. And do the other leg away from you. So we're creating warrior three, a balance pose. And then coming down. Easy does it, to your tabletop and move side to side. So that would spell out Emet. It's a great way to think of the Hebrew letters as being part of a movement, of a shape within your body. And just gently bring your feet forward, come to stand and roll up. Lift your shoulders, drop them back. Take your hands to what is called the temple pose. So all the fingers come over, and then you can shoot right up, because it's the new moon, and we have the crescent moon, which means a new month. There's new possibility for transitions and change. So right here, just leaning over, transition that your left leg is your standing leg. So you can almost feel how that goes into half moon. Then take your hands and go the other way. I'll turn so you guys can see me better. And you're going this way over this way, and then you transition where your right leg becomes your standing leg. So it's all those movements we did, and knowing that when you step from one leg and to the other, you want to take your body with you and feel good. Great. So one last movement is to take your chair and face your chair, step your right leg in front of you and your left leg back and pull back. So that would be your forward pyramid pose. To make it a triangle pose, you take your back leg further back and you take your right arm to the left, opening up to a cross pull. Come back, put your right arm down, great, and step together. Switch your legs, take your right leg back and straighten both legs so you can pull back your hips. Easy does it with your gaze down. Walk the outside arm to the edge of the chair and you lift up. That is a huge twist for the body, to find the lower body to lift the upper body. Great. And come on back. Come together. You're finding your Emet, your truth. How do you move? Great. So we can go back into our chair right now for a little bit of a Shavasana relaxation. Gently come on down to your chair. Find again where your sit bones are. And I'm going to turn sideways so you can see. You want to pull your lower hips back and center. So we're not always ready to go. We just want to be here in the moment and realize what we're wanting to change. Maybe some of what we are and what we do doesn't need a change. So just take a moment and breathe. You know, go over something that you love about yourself. If you don't know, I just love all of you. You're all good friends. You're all great to even come here to support my teachings today. Thank you. And release into yourself, into your inner eye. Great. Just lift up your right leg and braid it over like it's the top of a challah or a Havdalah candle. And then take your left and do a gentle twist. So the bottom leg pulls down. You pull back on your left hip in the chair to sit so you don't hurt anything. And then you switch. Nice up high. So these would be like our eagle poses if we were standing right now, but we're cooling down. So you just want to stretch out the back right here of that thigh. Bring your ribs through to the right ribs to the left and soften. And take your vision and look and see, boy, everything feels really pretty good. Okay. So from here, we go and we do a Shavasana with our legs up on the chair. If you've got a blanket, that's always nice to use for your head and your neck. You can bring your knees up on the edge of the chair. Slowly turn your fingers away a moment. And again, use every opportunity you can to see if you can stretch your lower spine. Your upper spine can arch a little bit. Little cobra action here from the front body, or cow, whatever yoga pose, always with the arch. Now you're pulling your belly in, and you're bringing your bottom really close to the chair so that you're at a right angle, and the head and the neck and the legs can drop, the calves can drop, the sacrum can stay on the ground, the shoulder blades are on the ground. You can take your hands straight up and over you a moment to stretch through the armpits and the sides of the ribs. And notice here too, where are you pulling? Can you gently pull, instead of pulling, just drop the right shoulder blade down and the right rib cage and the right side of the sacrum and the right pelvis. Go across and drop the left pelvis, the left rib cage, the left shoulder blade. And slowly bring your arms down. And just take a moment and breathe in and breathing out. Being thankful of what you were able to give to yourself. The moment of breath, the softness that your body can feel right now. Let the breath come in. You can put your hands on your belly again. Feel it fill. And release, let it go out. Drop the back of the ribs down. Soften the neck. Soften your eyes. May we all feel that we are protected and safe. Breathe in. Breathe out. May we all find a way to have compassion, starting with yourself, and then finding those around you to really see them, to see who they are, to see yourself. What is it that you try to hide from others that you can face about yourself, and bring it out? And breathe in, breathing out. You want to feel a sense of calm, a sense of shalom, of Shabbos, a little bit, a taste, so you can roll your palms up. Breathing in, breathing out. You're trying to bring the flowing waters of your well to fill yourself up. Just gently allow the back of the neck to soften, the front of the neck. You can begin to bring your knees into you a little bit so you can feel that more of your lower back is on the ground. You can start to balance a little bit on the length of your spinal column, and notice if you're able to drop a little bit more of the right back of the body or the left back of the body. You can go ahead and release your legs back onto your chair and roll your head by starting with turning from where your eyes are to the right. Right behind your eyes is the top of your cervical vertebrae. That's where you want to hopefully begin to turn from so you don't hurt your neck and shoulders. Roll on the back of your head like it's a nice heavy bowling ball. Just roll it, glide it until you come to where your eyes are facing over your left. Bring your arms a little closer to you. Head comes center, and just bring your knees in. Roll over, fetal position. Slowly transition to push yourself to seated. Come gently up. Sit here a moment. And just like we did at the beginning here, a little sway and a circle. And go both ways. Maybe your head can sway. Roll your shoulders back. And let's all say shalom together. Breathe in. Shalom. And one more. Shalom. Thank you. You guys have a great week.
Wonderful.
And thanks
Oh
for
my
coming
God.
on. Remember, this is my last Wednesday for a little while.
We
Okay?
love you, Judy Fuhrer.
I love you so much.
I thought of all the nice things about you when you were saying nice things about your friends.